else is awake at 2 in the morning.
Early spring into sort of coming into summer as it starts to warm up. I find that the fish start to congregate around those, you know, the entrances to bars and river mouths and things like that. They seem to go there to spawn at that time of the year. It seems to be the easiest time of the year to find those big, you know, 80+ centimetre female fish, and that's what you always want to catch when you go out and catch flathead.
Oh, that was a bite. That was a little bite. Anyway, oh yes.
Good work, Nige.
Thanks, mate. That was a nice bite. Clunk.
I better get the net.
I've just been flash minnowed. Oh, it's got a little bit of weight too, Dicko.
Well, that's good, mate. That's what we're here for.
Yes, that is. You just told me that I wasn't here for my looks and I had to catch a fish. So, I am trying.
Good to see. Good start anyway.
It's a starter.
There we go.
Lovely. A while ago we had the triple lure challenge where I took on trout on 3 of the different Xeric lures. Set a challenge by Dicko and Cord back in the Wilson stable. We came through with the goods then, and today, in similar vein, we're chasing one of our favourites, the dusky flathead, once again on 3 of the great Xeric range of lures. Dicko, you can tell us a little bit about those 3.
As you can see, we're starting off with the Xeric Flash Minnow, which is a new lure to the Xeric stable. And then we'll move on to the hot legs and then the Tango shad.
All right, so we've got a bit of work to do. We've kicked off a starter anyway, so.
Yeah, this is a little bit small, Nige, so we need to get a bit bigger one than this one.
Dicko does like big fish, so the challenge is definitely out there today, but there's a nice start.
Beautiful start.
Classic estuary system, and one of our flat favourites of the estuary, the dusky flathead, mate. I reckon there's a couple more waiting for us.
Definitely, I reckon we need to get back in there and have a go.
Right, let's get him back. Flat one or silver one, you reckon?
I don't know, mate.
Those head shakes are pretty savage.
Oh, I don't think it's a lizard.
I don't think so.
I think it might be a little dewy.
I think you might be correct.
We've got the Xeric Live Flash Minnow on.
He's going for home.
Oh, there's
You're
a
right
nice
there.
big head shake.
There's a nice head shake. This is a good, solid fish, Dicko. Mate, you're not really fighting it on super strength firepower there, mate.
No, mate, no. Got one of the new light little Venoms, actually. Oh, big head shake. Bit of 8-pound braid. 10-pound fluorocarbon leader on. We are fishing for flathead.
This is finesse style, relatively lightly weighted braids and leaders. But as it is with Dicko, we often fish a little bit on the light side, but generally come up with some very impressive captures, which is a good lesson in itself, Dicko. You don't have to fish heavy to catch good fish.
No, you don't, Nige.
You seen him yet, mate? Oh, man. Didn't, jeez, he's gone from there to there super fast.
Oh, that was a big head shake.
That was a big head shake.
Oh, nice little dewy.
He's not that little,
Look at
mate. Oh, Dicko.
That's good stuff. We come out to fish for flathead and we caught a bit of bycatch, which is a mulloway.
Mate, he is engulfed your flash minnow.
A beautiful little mulloway on the Xeric Flash Minnow.
I think just off camera a few minutes ago, Dicko, we were fishing along one of these ledges here, and you know, you were spotting the bait in the water, and there was different sizes of bait. The first lot that came past was pretty small, and the next lot was exactly the size of that. And straight away, Dicko's gone, we're using the right size bait today. And there you go, mate, it was about 3 casts later, clunk.
Bang, straight on. And not bad for little light gear either, eh? Like a bit of 8-pound braid, 10-pound leader. That's good fun.
It's an awesome fish. We are here to chase flathead, but I think we'll take bycatch like that any day.
Definitely.
The best place to start looking for flathead is sandbars where there's a steep drop off. You know, where it comes into from shallow water into deep water. Those fish seem to be. That's like a highway for fish. They seem to. The food just gets washed off the bank into that deeper water, and flathead in particular are an ambush predator. They sit off those drop offs and they just grab the bait as it comes off the edge. Oh, look at the colour of this one.
Good looking fish. You have to work hard. He was in amongst a bucket load of trees there. Doing the big flatty head shake. Lovely. Bit of a change of plan there. We obviously noticed that the current is absolutely raging. We're mid-tide here, fishing a deeper spot to suit the conditions and give them something that they might be accustomed to seeing and hear as the bait fish coming wounded out of the water above them. Heavily weighted jighead and a flash minnow. Probably exactly what he was after.
And the flash minnow helps because it's so thin in the profile, just to straight up and down that vertical sort of hop boom. Helps you work it out through all those snags and things like that.
There's a little bit of current run at the moment, so what we've done is anchored the boat with the use of the electric motor. Jig head's around that 5/8, 3/4 ounce size. The retrieve, pretty simple stuff. Cast up current, engage the reel once it's landed, slowly mend that line back and just carefully watch that line. At the moment it slackens, it's hit the bottom, give it a little hop up, winding at the same time, and then keep that line tight, just watch until it hits bottom again. It slackens, jiggle it up. Any sign of added weight or a tap sometimes means the fish has sucked it in. Time to lift the rod and have some fun. Getting a few bites, so we'll continue, see what else we can dredge up here. Good fish, mate. Oh, this might be a bit of a better one, Dicko. Oh yeah,
Nice fish. Someone told me that they couldn't catch any fish on the blue flash minnow, so I had to make it a point that I actually catch one. This one's for you, Boothie. There's that blue Xeric live flash minnow. Anyway, we'll let this little fella go. There he's off like a rocket. Righto, let's have a look at this live flash minnow. For starters, they're available in 4 sizes. There's a 70mm, a 90mm, a 110 and a 130mm. And they're made out of that TPE plastic. So they're very, very strong, very, very soft. You know, so the fish actually grab them and hang on to them. They also got that reflective flash. That gives them the most appeal, I think. If you have a look at bait fish and that are in the water, you see that flash, and this gives off a perfect imitation of it. My favourite tide for flathead fishing would have to be the last part of the run out tide. I always seem to find that the fish seem to group up in those, you know, like we were just saying about the drop-offs and things like that, the fish seem to group up in that last part of the run out tide. I always find the fish are a lot easier to catch. Fish. Fish on.
Fish on.
Fish on.
Good work, Dicko.
A little fella, I think.
That's right. Nice soft rod, mate, for trolling. Cushion them up.
Yeah. Xeric Tango shad. Nice little flathead. So there you go, folks. We were working the deeper water with the flash minnows. We've changed over to a trolling lure now, a little Xeric Tango shad. With the tide the way it is now, it's starting to run in, so we just thought we'd have a bit of a troll up this gutter, and first little troll, we got this nice little flathead.
Cover the ground. It's the beauty of trolling. You get to cover as much water as possible without having to work too hard while you're doing it. A light outfit that's sensitive is really key to doing this. Braided lines, anywhere in that 6 to 8 pound category. And key to trolling is obviously a bibbed lure that's going to let you get to bottom. If you want to catch flathead on the troll, you've got to be bumping bottom for as much as possible. Obviously the key to catching a few on the troll is getting your speed right and keeping that lure down there as long as possible. A good walking speed if you want to get out and catch a few on the troll. If you find you're going too quickly, you'll notice Dicko at times just kicking the motor in and out of gear just to make sure he's got that slow, steady walking speed on the troll. Keep that lure in the water. You'll be playing with these guys too. Dicko, you just fished a recent Flathead Classic, and the biggest fish, and quite a few of the big fish caught in the comp, came on that exact lure. So sometimes that smaller profile, exactly what they want.
Hey, we've found with this particular lure, the Xeric Tango shad, that when you're fishing that that depth between 1.5 to 1.8 metres, this lure has been the standout lure when you're trolling in those sort of depths.
Beautiful. I mean, it's really tight shimming action. It's going to get in there and bash away at that bottom.
Yep.
Beautiful natural colours. I mean, these guys are sitting there waiting for fish like little mullet, little herring, prawns to come through. He's exactly the size of a lot of their food supplies. So you get it down there, you're going to be playing with these ones and hopefully a few bigger ones, which will keep a lure out there. We might be able to come across in the meantime, get him back. Go get another one. Oh, he's shaking his head a bit at me, Dicko. The trolling is paying dividends. There's a bit of a tactic of Dicko's. He's playing up for us. Obviously, to jig that deeper water on the run-out tide where, you know, flathead become that little bit more predictable. They sit on ledges and they wait for food to come to them, but obviously a flooding tide means they'll spread out a little bit more. And obviously in times like that, more water amongst the fish, cover as much water as you can. And so Dicko, as usual, he's a good strategist. He's come up with an idea and let's go and cover as much water as possible. A great way to do that is on the troll. Put a net under him, Dicko.
So there you go. We've had a little session on the troll there, just to show you that how easy it is to catch a couple of flathead troll on these little Xeric tango shads. We might go and tie some Xeric live shrimp hot legs on and go and have a few casts. I reckon a couple of banks, eh?
We've got a few weed beds around here and you know they love getting up and hunting a few prawns when that tide gets into the weed, Dicko, so I think you're on the money. We'll let that one go and play with some more somewhere else. Live shrimp hot legs is an extremely versatile bait whether you're fishing fresh or salt, Dicko, and I know you and I have played with plenty of different species fishing this type of lure. Someone wants to pick one up and go and chase a fish like a flathead. Best way to go about fishing it?
Mate, the easiest way with this particular is it comes rigged with a hammerhead style jig head on it, so it's ready to go. So you can just throw it out, let it hit the bottom, hop, but let it sit back down on the bottom because actually the way the hammerhead style jig head is designed actually sits on the bottom and the tail actually floats around. So the longer you leave it on the bottom, you know, I've found a lot of fish grabbing it while it's actually sitting there on the bottom. Good work, Nige. Good fish?
Don't know. Tell you what, when you put these hot legs in the right spot, oh man, it's got some go in him.
Different scenario.
Yeah.
And we've cracked a beautiful little fish there.
Oh yes!
Look at that, nice fish.
And look at that, how bright are those hot legs hanging out of his mouth. So many lures around the place, having those little orange highlights can sometimes really turn on a bite. And to have them on the end of those tantalising little legs just really seems to gee these flathead up. I mean, we haven't cast this as much as some of the other lures we've cast today, Dicko, but whenever we have, the reaction's been straight away. Everything loves eating a prawn, and one that moves like that, even more so. What better way in a hot little flathead session than a bunch of hot legs hanging out of the mouth of a chunky flathead. 3 lures, 3 different approaches, Dicko. Some great flathead fishing across different tides, different structures. It's a pretty handy little bycatch thrown in as well, mate.
Mate, that was an awesome little session we've just had. I can't wait to come out and do it again.
And I think we'll let this guy go, swim again another day. Our time to head back to the boat ramp, but maybe a couple of casts on the way home. And to keep up to date with everything the Fishing Show crew is up to, including our latest competitions and prize giveaways, head over to our Facebook page, AFN The Fishing Show. And if you're keen for content, AFN TV is now free to join with over 1,000 videos at your fingertips, plus tip and tactics from Bill and myself.